In today's training, I'm going to walk you through how to model qualified charitable distributions in Voyant. The first thing I want to do is walk you down to the taxes and other financial information section. And I would just encourage you to go down here and make sure that the use standard deduction option is toggled off. And this is just so that you can get the full effect of the tax deduction whenever we start modeling this. I'm going to close that option and we're going to create a what if plan so that we can show our clients the difference between where they are now without this and where they would be with this option. So we're going to give this plan a name. It can be something like QCD option or whatever makes sense for your planning. We're going to create this plan. And I'm going to go down here to my plus button and we're going to go to goals and we're going to select our gifting goal. Under recipient type, we're going to select charity and we're going to give this a name, any name that makes sense for the planning type that you're doing, QCD gift, and we're going to give it an amount. And this can be an annual amount, monthly, weekly, again, whatever makes sense for the planning that you're doing. And under inflation rate, I'm going to go ahead and change this to 0 because I want it to stay the same every year, but you can use whatever your default rate is. You can even move it back to use defaults if you want to, or you can adjust that here. Under timing, I want to tell the plan when I want these to begin and end. So I want these to start at my client's retirement age and end at mortality, but you can create a new event here on the timeline simply by clicking in the gray here and making that event start. And then under payment sources, this is an important piece. You're going to want to select that IRA account so that the software knows that this is a QCD specifically. And then you're going to want to toggle on only use preferred payment source so that we get the correct tax treatment for this distribution. All right, we're going to click done to save. And then to ensure that the software is doing exactly what we want it to do, I'm going to go to year view and we're going to scroll over to the year that these begin. And we can see in our cash flow that we've got $12,000 flowing in to meet those distributions. Under expenses, we can see that legacy gift to the QCD, and if we click on it, we can see that the payment source is the IRA. And if we go to the retirement account, we should be able to see that we've got $12,000 being withdrawn from that IRA. And if we go to the taxes section, we should be able to see that deduction being taken from their taxes, that itemized deduction right there. A couple other things that you can show your clients as far as how this is beneficial to them is going to our Let's See section, go to Compare Plans Chart View, and you can show them the difference between these two plans. You can select the QCD option versus the base plan and show them the difference in the taxes. So you can go year by year, starting in the year that these start to occur, show them the difference in the total estimated tax outcome for that year. And you can even scroll all the way over to the end of the plan and show them the difference in the cumulative tax outcome. So in our QCD option plan, we've got 2.5 million in cumulative estimated taxes versus 2.69. Another thing that you can do is go to year view, scroll over to our retirement section, and let's go down to that IRA and we can take a look at our estimated RMDs starting at age 75. So if we scroll over here to age 75, when those RMDs would start to occur, you'll see, if we look at the IRA here, you'll see a required section. So in our QCD plan, which is what we're looking at right now, that required amount is $29,944. That's the RMD for that first year. And if we scroll over or back up to the base plan, you can see that without that qualified charitable distribution, their RMD would have been $35,485. So you can show them the difference in what their RMD amounts would be with the charitable distributions and how that is helping them reduce their RMD amount. So I hope that this has been helpful. If you have any questions, you can always click the name of your client in the top right corner, hit request support, enter your question into the text box, and share client access. Thanks for listening.